Today I'm sharing how to create 6 cards from 4 sheets of paper while creating no scraps. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. Today I'm excited to be sharing a brand new no scraps sketch set, and it is for 6x6 paper. That means that it is a tool to help you take several sheets of 6x6 paper and turn it into multiple cards and not have any scraps left over. So I'm going to be using the No Scraps sketch set number 13, as well as the Goin' Campin' 6x6 pad, and then the 2 stamp sets. These were all part of the July 2025 Crafty Crew Kit from Crafty Stamp Co. So I'm going to be playing with these fun items to make my 6 cards today and have no scraps left over. This sketch set calls for using 4 sheets of patterned paper. You can use 4 completely different, but you need at least 2 different patterns to work with. And I am going to use the cutting guides to cut down each piece according to the measurements. And there are 2 cutting guides. You're going to cut one of each. Well, I'm cutting one of each of my patterns with each cutting guide. So I'm going to have 2 sets, like 2 different patterns of each piece that I cut, if that makes sense. And what this is going to allow me to do is mix and match my patterns on my cards. So you could have 4 completely different patterns for this if you wanted. It doesn't matter. You just don't want to use like 4 of the same, because then you're not going to be able to kind of have different patterns on each card. And I have on each cutting guide, there is a measurement for the piece that you're going to cut, the pieces you're going to cut, and then there are like a letter and number label, and that's going to correspond to the sketches that we're going to use here in a little bit. And then you'll also see an arrow which will tell you which direction the paper is going to face on the cards, so that will help you if you have a directional piece like that. Backpack paper is directional. So I just wanted to make sure that when I was cutting it, that based on the way it was cut, that I was going to be showing correctly when I put it on the card. This chevron pattern didn't really matter. I think on the first cutting guide, I did stop and think about which way I wanted the chevron pattern to go, but really it doesn't matter. So I have all of my pieces cut and then sorted by card sketch. So right now we're working on sketch A, which is the one, if you're looking at my sheet on my table there, it's the top left. And these are the pieces that go with sketch 1. We're going to jump to sketch 2 and lay out the pieces. Just to show you a different example, I use the night sky stencil from the Crafty Crew Kit to create a background on my card, since I'm not using card mats. And then my paper is double-sided, and so on this one I decide to turn over that strip on the bottom and bring in a 3rd pattern. I was kind of evaluating, did I want to do that on anything else? And then I ended up going back to the original patterns for everything but those small strips. So this is just something else you can do. If you do have double-sided paper, you can mix and match even further. For sketch C, we're going to lay these out as well. And on this one, I do decide to switch to the B-side pattern for that strip that's going behind our larger rectangle. And then those are our kind of leftover extra pieces off to the right there. So now that I have everything laid out, I kind of wanted to show you how you kind of put the pieces together and why it's important to have at least two different patterns going on per card, so that way you're not overlapping the same patterns. At this point, if you want to use like card mats, you can mat these individual pieces that are going on the cards. You can have mat layers behind them. Just note that if you do bring in matting, that you may have scraps left over from that. I don't tell you how to use those scraps specifically, but on the PDF, I do give you some ideas. You can use them to add some additional embellishments to the front of your card by, punching it into shapes. You can add it to the inside of your cards just to bring in some color to the inside as well, or you can use it behind some of the layers to create dimension or to help level it out. As we're assembling sketch A, what adhesive you use doesn't really matter. I kind of switch back and forth between my big ATG tape runner and the wet glue. It depends on the piece that I'm putting down. Is it an easy shape, for a tape runner, or is it just easier to use the wet glue? For the circle element on the card, I, off camera, did a little shaker element. You can, whenever I give you a shape, a shape, I guess, that's not part of the cutting guide. You can do whatever shape you want. You could make it a square. You could bring in a big piece of ephemera. The shape doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you an idea of where you can put a focal point on the card. So I did a shaker just to use up some of the shaker mix that came in the kit. I stamped the sentiment "S'more Campers means s'more fun" from the Campfire Critters stamp set in the kit. And this is going to be my sentiment on the card, and I'm just going to add it on top of the shaker. So the one I'm putting at the bottom, it's because there was a little glue oopsie on the shaker element, so I want to cover that up. And then the other one, I put it up to the top just so that you can see more of the shaker bits. My sketch sets are designed to help you work through your pattern paper quickly and efficiently and in a fun manner and make a batch of cards. And you can take these sketches and make the cards, as elaborate as you want, as basic as you want. You can follow the sketch exactly. You can use it as a jumping point. I'm just telling you how you can cut the paper and arrange those pieces on a set number of cards and not have any scraps left over. So what else you decide to do with it is totally up to you. I'm just giving you the base. So we have moved on back to sketch B, and I'll be adding my pieces on to my card fronts. Again, you could layer the individual pieces here. You could add a card mat. You have total freedom to add as many layers as you want. I will have sketch set 13 linked down in the description box below for you, and then I'll also have a link to the page, my sketches and templates page on the website, where you can find the other sketch sets. I do have 12 prior ones. There are a mix. Some are 6x6, some are 12x12, so it depends on the paper size that you want to work with. They are in just general numerical order of when I created them. They are not there's one numbering system. They are not numbered differently for the 6x6 and the 12x12. That's something I hadn't really thought about before, but somebody actually had a good question about that, so thought I would point that out. And if you're interested, I will also link the Crafty Crew Kit down below for you as well. So on sketch B, for the circle element, I have a die cut circle, and then I stamped some images from the Craftin' Meadow stamp set, and then the backpack, I just stamped it on pattern paper and fussy cut it out, so I didn't have to do any coloring. And then the lantern and flashlight, I did stamp on white and do some very basic coloring. But I wanted to kind of give you another idea of the circle element. If you're going to use a circle, you don't have to have like just one thing on the circle. You could bring in a bunch of little things and create a little scene. You could have one focal point within the circle, or change the shape entirely, make it a piece of ephemera. You can do whatever gives you the look that you're going for with these cards. My sketch sets, I think, are good for beginners because I don't bring in a lot of extra things on the sketches. It's primarily using the paper. So if paper is all you have, then there is a way that you can make these sketches. If you are a more experienced crafter and have a vast stash and you're trying to use it up, these sketches are also great for that because they help you work through your stash pretty quickly, and you can add as much to them as you want to make it more elaborate and use up more of your stash. So when I'm creating the sketches, I do try to keep like beginning card makers in mind or beginner crafters in mind. That it doesn't take a lot to make these cards. If all you have is some paper and maybe some stickers or a stamp set or just paper, you can still make these cards. You just work with what you have. You could fussy cut out an image from one of the patterns of paper you have, or several little images and create a scene. So you don't really need a ton of extra to make my sketch sets. So while I was talking, we moved back to sketch C. And for this one, I'm not using a card mat. I'm just layering up the pieces of the pattern paper that I cut. And I do have you cut fishtails for some of these, and that is just that piece I'm putting now is what's considered a fishtail, where you just cut like a little triangular notch out of one end. So that's just kind of an additional like fun element on the card. So for the second one, I am bringing in a card mat. This is a mat I already had cut in my stash, so it didn't create any more scraps for me in this particular case. But I just wanted to, again, show you what it would look like if you wanted to bring in a card mat. So all these cards are A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The mat I used on this one, I cut it to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, so it leaves just an 1/8 inch like white border around it that you can see of the card base below it. So I'm going to layer these pieces up, and then we can work on embellishing this one as well. On the sketch, I just call for a sentiment to go beneath that horizontal fishtail piece. But you, again, can do whatever you want. I wanted to use a certain sentiment in my stash, so I'm bringing in this little campfire from the Campfire Critters stamp set. And again, I stamped it on a white circle and just did some basic coloring. And then I'm going to be using that sentiment, "What happens around the campfire gets laughed at all year." And that is also from the Campfire Critters stamp set. So you could leave off the embellishment piece. You could put an embellishment down below, move the sentiment around. That's totally up to you. Again, just trying to give you an idea of where you can put a sentiment or a focal point on the cards. I'm doing a bubble cut, kind of a fussy cut around the sentiments, and that's just to kind of minimize the pattern that I'm going to be covering up. Since this is a longer sentiment, I didn't want to cover up some of those fun patterns. So I will glue these down. And once these last two cards are done, the only paper we have left were those kind of cut off pieces on both of the cutting guides. So there's like that bigger kind of squarish like rectangle piece, and then those two tiny little strips. So those two tiny strips, you could totally throw those away if you're comfortable. If you truly want to use every last bit, you can do what I'm doing here, add them to the inside of your cards. I just kind of did like a little angle cut to make it look like a kind of a banner, an angled banner. And I'm adding that to the inside of my cards. And then the two bigger pieces, I'm going to cut each one of those in half, and that will give me something to put on the inside of my other two cards. If you wanted to let those two tiny strips go that I used first, you could. You could just take these two pieces and then divide them in thirds. If you used card mats, or if you brought in cardstock for any matting elements, you could also bring in the cardstock scraps that you have here and add those to the insides of the cards as well. I like to add a little something fun on the inside of the cards, so if I can in my, cutting guides when I'm trying to figure out how to maximize the paper, try to have something to put on the inside. It doesn't always work out, but it is a great way to use up any scraps that you have and just add a little fun element on the inside. And with that, our 6 cards are complete. So here are my 6 finished cards. So we have the sketch A, which I modified I kept circle element but made it a shaker. So remember, you can make this any shape that you want. And then added a sentiment there. And then I came back in at the end, and I don't know how well you can see, there you go. There were a lot of different shapes, like some like sequins, and then some other like detailed shapes that were in the shaker mix. And so I pulled in some marshmallows on this one, since we had the sentiment that referenced s'mores. This is sketch B. Kept the circle, but added an embellishment in the circle with the sentiment. And then, again, maybe hard to tell, but I brought in some of those clear sequins on this one, and then red on this one. Just wanted to show you that, you know, you can build off these sketches. I mentioned it earlier that you can make them as basic as you want, leave them as basic as you want, or make them as embellished as you want. So on this one, you know, I had done the stenciling and then built my card on it. And then, you know, we've added some sequins, we've added some embellishments. So trying to show you a few different ways that you can build on these cards. So on sketch C, I did one with a mat behind it and one without. And then I did bring in the little campfire element here I wanted to be able to use the sentiment, what happens around the campfire gets laughed at all year. And so I wanted to bring in that campfire on the card somewhere. So I just added it in that little area there. And then afterwards, I came back and added some of those little flame shaker bits to tie in with my sentiment and element there. So hopefully you got a couple different ideas on how you can take these sketches and adapt them. But again, it will be linked in the description box below for you if you would like to go find it, download it. You do not have to sign up for anything at this time. It is on our website. You can just click on it, download, and it comes out as a PDF that you can print or save. So those are my 6 cards using my No Scraps sketch set number 13 and the July 2025 Crafty Crew Kit from Crafty Stamp Co. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for your time today, and hope you all have a very crafty day.